Some students don't get interested until they see the visual because that's their way of learning. So if they do not learn as much with, they just see a book and they shut down because they don't like reading as much. But when they see something that helps them see the actual things happening on a movie, in TV shows and stuff like that, then all of a sudden you'd see someone who might not have been paying attention at first all of a sudden start looking up and seeming like they understand what's going on a little bit more. So it does help. The school district itself has a certain amount of novels, and they supply the novels to begin with, and the curriculum itself is built like 10th grade English is set to have American history novels and stuff like that. So you have to work with some specific pieces. There is a little slight bit of option, but usually the option is the school still has the books, but you get to pick between one book versus another book. But typically we have to pick what books are available with the school, since every student has to have the option to receive a book for free. And if you pick a book that you just think is more modern, more up to date, maybe a little bit more beneficial, but not every student can read it because you don't have enough books in the school, then you can't mandatorily assign that book, and you'd have to even look into the options of, is it possible to make this as an alternative option, but others are reading a different book. I think it could be useful. I really think that in benefiting the student, you've got to do a little bit of both. So if you were going to use a graphic novel, I wouldn't just use the graphic novel, or I would use it as a supplement, because in hindsight, they move on in life. They're going to have to, at some point, read certain things, whether it's an actual book because they're in an English class, or whether it's you have to look through a textbook because it's not an English class, but you still have to read what the content of the book says, or other things. There will be things in life that they will have to do at some point or another. But in general, graphic novels are another thing that there's a market for it, and people put that stuff together. So completely neglecting it is not fair either, because you have to give them that medium. Helps the learners some way. Some of them see it as a future career that they might be interested in. So it's good to do it, but to just assume that we are going to do nothing but graphic novels does alienate the other stuff that's really important that you get in your education. So sure. Supplements or another thing to have, like another unit we're going to look at as graphic novels, would be useful.